It's about that time of night. It's about that time. The 11 o'clock.
Almost-ish. In a moment here. And to get back up there. I'm just gonna try to meet up with a daughter and see if I can escort her, and then see if I get enough payment to then free, enough payment to pay other people to murder the people that are guarding Harris Bix right now. If I tried a few more times, I could probably win the fight, but wow, my reputation was non-existent. Killing a guard is very different from killing a random person, apparently. I killed all those people that were attacking the women at the beginning of the campaign, and that was not that much of a consequence, but this one's a big old consequence. It's a big bad situation you don't want to be in. Wow, it's already that time? Shit. I was kind of faffing about a little bit, not thinking it was going to be that I lose track of how fast, slow time passes. The fact that dialogue and trading pauses time definitely helps to make it even harder to have an internal clock. So she's supposed to be like right here? Come on, don't do this to me. Show up. It's supposed to be like right here. What does this mean? The girls agreed to meet me at 9 in the place that we discussed. It is clear that there is more to the story than immediately meets the eye, but the circus performers were reluctant to indulge any information to me. Could it be that I'm walking into a trap? A risky move, but I am not so naive as to not see it coming. Is she fucking with me or something? Come on, time's ticking. Shit, I'm 15 minutes in now. She's supposed to be here. Damn it. It's these 3 hours and then I lose. Because it becomes the next day. I could go down to the pub and check where she is. If she's gonna screw me like this, I'm gonna have to go tell her dad. Her not dad. Because I need the money. I could try blackmailing him, but I can't I think the dialogue for blackmailing him went away. Frustratingly enough. So I think that's not an option anymore. I think because I didn't immediately blackmail the dad, I kind of like permanently lost access to that entire avenue of discussion. He's not here. I could double check again to see if she went there now. I don't know. This is killing my time. I mean, if this isn't panning out, this is a dead end anyway, and I just go back to pursuing other avenues, I suppose. So many walls around here. Why do you do this to me? Why do you not respect my time? Well, it certainly appears that she is somebody who is willing to just screw me over, evidently. Great. Alright, we'll give this a go. Hey, buddy. I found your willow, alright. I'll bring you here after 9 o'clock. Fuck. Where is she? I gotta go after her. She's in the pub in the hindquarters. Why didn't she come with you right now? She's conscious she might get infected on our way home. The victims of the infection are everywhere, ready to jump passerbys, begging for help. Scum. Burn them. Burn them. Burn them to ashes to keep them away from my fresh flesh. Fine. Bring her back as soon as you can. The second half of the reward will be waiting for you. What about the first one? Here it is. A deal's a deal. Alright, give it to me. 50 grand. That's what I needed. There we go. Did I not need to tell him then? And well, now I'm just curious. Now I'm curious. Is it just enough to say that I found her? Let's learn things. After it finishes figuring out how to load. What's the difference if I don't say the bar? 50 grand's 50 grand, I'm set. I can't tell you that. I give my word to the owners of the establishment she's hiding at. What is establishment? What owners? What are they afraid of? You, I presume, and I can't blame them. Why didn't she come with you just now? Same as before. What about the first one? Alright. Yeah! 50 grand. So he's just known as being a threat? I guess? Well, now we're back in fucking business. Alright. And now it's... It'll be 9 soon-ish. It's not great timing-wise, but at least now I can... I don't even... Well... I don't even care about 9 o'clock. Who cares? She doesn't show up, evidently. So who cares about that whole thing? Now it's just I need to run all the way back to Harrispeck's, and get him out of there, basically. Deal with that. I may have to do some more off-camera stuff. Yeah, let's do a jump cut, because I think I haven't actually talked to Grief and... I don't think I've talked to Grief and Harrispeck's in this timeline yet. Or his guards, I mean. 10,000, Doc. I'm doing you a favor here. 'Tis just half the sum. I'll pay the rest from my own pocket. Half human life comes kinda cheap these days, don't you agree? I'm in. Here you go. Where should the forces of justice strike? Burke's kept in the works, in a building that... Got it. I know it. The cellar of the corpulent workshop. Roger that, as our forefathers used to say. Where do we meet? Wait for my villains. The attack begins just like that. No warning. Be prepared. 'Twould be a pity for you to miss out. I'll be ready. Don't touch Burke. Do you know what he looks like? We know everything, Doc. We do. Little birds tell us every single thing. Now shush. Go to the ambush and wait for us. Fine. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm going the right... Oop. Remember to turn around and go to the tracks. It's 21:20. The time where she was stiffing me was 20 minutes ago. So, presumably... So this is... I'm currently here, at this point in the day, getting all this shit done at the same part of the day where I would have been and just standing around being like, is she coming? That's the amount of parallel stuff going on here. It would be kind of interesting, it'd be kind of amusing to like, take all of the stuff I do in this game, where I do the loads and everything, and like draw like a zero escape diagram. Like, aha, I was able to solve this day through the power of morphogenetic fields. I wonder if that's why it's somewhat less interesting to even have that as a mechanic in a video game, as part of the story. I wonder what part of the reason why it's less interesting on some levels, just because it's already a thing people do in video games without the story having to tell them to. I should really have my gun. There we go. Oh, fuck, here it comes. Took a little bit of a hit there, didn't I? How's my reputation? It's okay. Shit. When did cutscenes start happening in this game? What the hell? I can't loot their shit? Oh. Oh, there could have been so much valuable stuff on them, potentially. Ah. If I light my torch, I can probably see what's in that, like one or two, like, basically invisible rooms. Alright, yeah, suddenly cutscenes are like a thing that keeps happening. Hey, buddy.
Go, Oinon. I need time to pick up my tools.
I've never talked to you before, have I, Harrispex? So we finally meet. Onion. Oinon? 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 What's an oi- alright. Oinon. Onion. It just means onion. It's Middle English for onion. He's just saying onion. Like the, I almost said fruit or vegetable. I'm actually not super sure. Does onion count as a vegetable or is it something else? There's all these weird categories where like there's a lot of more categories I don't know. Whatever. So he's just saying onion basically, but with the Y in a different spot because it's Middle English, I guess? Anyway. So we finally meet Onion. Just a pair of pawns in this dreaded chessboard, where each square is blacker than black itself. Are we friends or are we foes? Will one consume the other? Or will we part, each striving for his own victory? How can we be foes if we're fighting a common enemy? I'm glad to hear you say that, Oinon. It's a shame we aren't standing together. I lack your knowledge, I'm blindfolded, and can only follow my heart and my intuition. There's a piece of advice for you. Don't trust those who volunteer to be your guides on the path to victory. But the real battle is still ahead of us both. You mean the battle against the pest? I mean the battle against you. We may not be foes, but I have a strong feeling that we will end up opposing each other. Each of us will try to tilt the balance to his own advantage. I don't know what you're talking about, although I can probably guess. Whatever the outcome, I will remain true to my conscience. If you're allowed to. My freedom is already taken away from me. Oh, sorry, my freedom has already been taken away from me. Do learn from my mistakes. And how in the world did that happen? How did you find me, Onion? It's gonna bother me. Reuben is worried. He's been waiting for you all night, so I've tried to find you, and my search has brought me here, to the works. I see. Master Reuben wants to take care of people. I admire that. Will you help us get an infected heart? I will. I'll be working alone, though. Meet me in the blind backyard at 9. Okay, that's the same place. Meet me in the blind backyard at 9 in the evening. I'll pick out someone whose foot is in the grave already. Take them to a dark corner and start working. I'm likely to move around a lot, so look for me in the neighborhood. Why 9? That's when it gets dark. I've got enough enemies in town already. Darkness offers protection. What if something unexpected happens? I'll cut open the dying person and start working. If they find me, I'll lead the pursuit elsewhere. If that's how the situation unfolds, you'll have to pick the heart from the body yourself. I hope my harvest will be good for stock and you. I'll find you, Brooke. Look, 9 o'clock. It was almost an hour ago. Time to start running. In the same place. Oh boy. That's the same spot. Alright, that has obvious implications, doesn't it? We seem to be implying that the person that he's going to kill is the dancer. So the implication seems to be that she's already infected, and the story-wise, he ends up killing the dancer. That doesn't explain why she doesn't show up, though, if I don't save him. You would think that you'd be able to, save her first, get over to... Like, save her first, then go save Brooke, and then Brooke finds a victim. Like, if her corpse is there, I'm gonna be kind of frustrated by the lack of continuity, in that why was she not there when she wasn't going to die? Why does she only show up if she's about to die, but doesn't show up if she's not about to die? That's like a weird lack of any sense, really. Oh boy, let's do the knife. Goddamn rats. Aha, sneak attack. And that's why they call me the Ripper. No, it's not. It's definitely not. It's probably because of the 20 people I've murdered. I have killed a considerable number of people, of a quantity that I honestly don't even think I can recall. Although a decent number of them were trying to murder people. Most of them, really, except the last guy. He was definitely... That guy was definitely just someone who was doing their job. Although I'm questioning their job in general when they're actively obstructing people who are trying to solve this whole problem, and in many cases, going after people that aren't even guilty of anything. Have you seen anything? Keep your chin up, citizen. All of us will have to make a sacrifice in the end. Our town is like an aerostat. We were bold enough to take off the ground, and that means someone will inevitably have to fall down. Maybe there'll be no need for sacrifices. I'm on the verge of victory already. Maybe. May well be. But many of us would like to see the highlight of our achievements to live on, as a monument to our feat, if nothing else. If something has to be destroyed, let it be something recoverable. What is your idea of the highlight of your achievement? Everything that the utopians have created, the tangible memorial, the evidence of the human ability to make dreams come true, the proof that you only need to overcome your fear, misery, and inertia to do that. Who do you call utopians? I'd consider at least a third of the town's population utopians, painters and laborers, men of property and beggars, young and old. Utopians are those who believe in the power of the human spirit and the infinite scope of creativity. Take care of such people, Bachelor. Let them live. I'll do everything that's in my power. Oh, is that a body? A few bodies, isn't it? A lot of bodies. Oh. Living heart. There. The heart is still beating. No time to wait for Burke to return. The precious specimen must be taken to Reuben while the bacteria still live. I think I have 30 minutes, 40 at most. The microbe will certainly die after that. Hey boy. Oh boy. She's clearly a dancer. Alright, time to run south, but I have to loop around because this is all a nightmare trap, if I remember correctly. Oh no, you can go through that, can't you? I believe that works. And also, none of this place is infected right now, so it's actually a chill walk now. Bit of a change of pace. Yeah, you can go between the houses here. Gotta remember these details. So that's a little weird. Like, presumably you would think that it'd be possible for me to rescue her in the previous situation. Oh crap, how much coverage is there here? I should loop to the right. It's gonna be hard to navigate this place a little bit. Yeah, I don't know if there's an opening over there. Let's just keep going. It's weird that I have a mission to escort her out of here, and it just doesn't work. Like, she just doesn't show up. For some reason. But if you free Burrock, then she just shows up to die as a corpse in the same location she was going to meet me. So like, why wasn't she there in person? I doubt that I missed her. Like, just now I could have seen myself missing her because she was a corpse and she's in the brush. That's way harder to find. But previously she would have just been a person walking around on foot, right? It's strange to me that she doesn't show up when it's safe to show up. But if you set up a contrived situation where there happens to be another storyline that also coincides at that same location at that same time of day, then she gets murdered? A little weirder to me. I don't know. Wait, why am I going here? Well, whatever, I'll just go straight now, because I'm already sort of wrapped in here. My goal isn't to go- I was automatically going back to that damn butchering building, because I've gone there so many times at this point. I'm supposed to be going to Mr. Carvey Man. The other one, though. Definitely wondering what the hell Haruspex' campaign is like, because he seems to be totally happy to just murder people that are still alive. To carve out pieces of them for research purposes. The Bachelor's not innocent, he's definitely willing to profit off of those actions. But I don't think he would literally lure a woman into a dark alley, stab them to death, carve out their heart, and then run off with it. Like, that's... I think that's a few of those elements are not quite what the Bachelor's been willing to do themselves so far. As far as I can tell. Oh shit, don't turn around. God damn it. Habits. Well, it's probably a good thing I did that, though. He's probably despawned now. Yeah. He probably re-randomized his location.
It'll take them a long time to find me here.
This is it, Doctor. It seems we have exactly what we need. We have brought the bacteria into the light, this writhing horned abomination. We can look at it now, and maybe even give it a name. You won't have to go to the Inquisitor empty-handed. So the last iteration was different from the previous ones? The vaccine will be ready by tomorrow morning. Where did you get the specimen? Burrock gave it to me. That blood is unusual. Did you ask him how he came across it? I didn't have the chance to. Oh, you know, Bachelor, it's strange. I think I've learned to tell the character of a person by their blood specimen. Here's the blood of an egotist. This one belonged to a poet. The owner of this blood was exhausted, and whoever gave that specimen was destined to become a great person. Well, this blood is extraordinary. So now what? Now I'll begin to produce the vaccine. I wonder how many hearts it would take to make enough doses. The technology itself is what matters. We'll report our findings to the Inquisitor and let him get the components. After all, it's not the reason he was... Is it not the reason he was delegated here? Fair enough. Come tomorrow, early in the morning, or even tonight. The vaccine should be ready for testing. How is this going to work? I don't know yet. The solution needs to be tested. However, given that it's not really a vaccine, but rather a preventative medicine, I would expect its effects to be temporary. It won't protect the inoculated person forever. It's better than nothing. I go up to this. The heart gone? Yeah, I can't bring it to the telescope. I mean, microscope. We've caught the bacteria. The blood is teeming with these voracious monsters. If Ruben manages to produce at least a single dose of the vaccine by morning, I won't have to face the Inquisitor empty-handed. With a weapon like this, we may be able to stop the outbreak. Only one small task remains. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright.
The vaccine is almost complete.
You're the only person I can count on. The trust is mutual, colleague. Alright, so this, yeah, this is done. So that's not happening now. Is that his theme or something? It's so extreme compared to all the other music in the game. It's like something almost like I'd hear in like the Bouncer or something. Which has some next level weird ass music, to be fair. I like Ko Leifo's theme, but the music in that series is weird. The not series game. And that's all that's left to do is just run back, right? I'll give myself a little save so that I can run over and just sleep for the night, given the option. But I want to test out what happens if I go back to the Hunchback. Seems like not a good idea. I'm likely only going to report the death of the girl, and even that depends on whether or not the Bachelor even understands what happened, which I'm not entirely sure if he did. He may not even understand that the same girl is the one who just died. Or I could be wrong, but it seems unlikely that I'm wrong. Seems like a relatively straightforward connection to draw, is that, oh yeah, the character I was supposed to escort back was killed by the Haruspecs in what seems to be a mandatory story mission, so I think they're just fucking with me a little bit. It's always interesting when you have a mission that you can't succeed at for story reasons. Some people get mad about that kind of stuff. I find it more frustrated when there's when you have a meant to lose fight, when you have a boss fight in like an RPG and you have to lose it. But specifically, it's one thing if it just hilariously obliterates you because he's so strong, but it's a little frustrating when you have a meant to lose fight that you're actually totally kicking ass at. It really sucks when you, like, rather effortlessly are winning at something, and then the game's like, you lose! Haha! You didn't see that coming, did you? Isn't that crazy? Don't you feel powerless against how tough this guy is? And I'm like, I was going to beat him. He wasn't hard at all. That's super frustrating. Yeah! Go away. They fall over so rigidly. Fucking rats! Just want to go to sleep. Ah. I mean that in real life and the video game. It's about time for me to go to sleep. So let's get the shit done. Having a good time? Fuck. Timing. Why is it in my ears? It's so fucking loud. I feel bad about all the suffering people everywhere, but I don't think— oh my god. Go for it, go for it, go for it. I don't think I'm supposed to just stab them or anything to put them out of their misery. And I don't think I can cure them. I gave that one guy medication and he just died. So it seems ineffective. Your treatment options you're allowed to give them in that state seem to just kill them. So my option is to put them— so I can go through a very expensive process of euthanasia, or I can walk by. And frankly, I need those exact resources that are involved in the euthanasia to keep me going through all this. It's this house right here, right? Yeah. I'm wondering if you'll, like, attack me or something. I've been very naughty, Mr. Hunchback. Well, I mean, I didn't do it. Technically, kind of. I enabled it. Indirectly, accidentally. I've come bearing grave news. Brace yourself. She's sick? She's dead. What? How? Did she get infected? No, she was murdered. It's not your fault. but someone's fault it is, eh? Someone's been touching her, holding my lovely thing with their pestilent, pesty hands, kissing her with their hollow black mouth. A pit of a mouth. Things are going south. Oh, no pity for the pity mouths. I'll avenge the sweet thing. We'll find the person that's done this to her. We'll find them, all pity mouths. I shall found a brotherhood of zealots. We shall burn them to ashes. Oh, it'll be fun. Great big fun. The streets are filled with zealots even without your help. I know. They're killing normal, healthy people. We're gonna burn the pest. I'm praying to have a chance to burn the pity mouth. The person that has touched her tender knees last. I pray I get the chance to burn that person alive before the sand plague burns them from the inside. The plague that snatched my girl away from me. I'll burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it to ashes, burn it to the ground. That's the most idiotic way to fight the epidemic that I can think of. You're gonna be a problem, aren't you? An unexpected denouement. The girl is dead and the hunchback is out of his mind with grief. He's working to gather a mob of supporters with the intention of razing the entire town to the ground. A band of blood-crazed arsonists is the last thing this town needs, all because of me. How the Inquisitor would approve.
The day is
Whoa.
over.
Hey.
Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
That's what I thought. Alright. Not that kind of RPG. I was curious about that. So this is not an RPG where you can just murder people.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
It definitely feels like characters like, I need to get out of here. So down to there. Oh, why you gathered around here? Oh. Is this place infected now? Ugh! Oh shit. That happened, wow, instantly. It wasn't like this just a moment ago. Jesus. I kind of I've had that as a floating question up until now, this uncertainty of whether or not this is a game where you can kill people. Because they have the whole thing built in where, like, you basically have a list of people you can't let die. And when that's introduced, I'm like, okay, does that mean I can kill anyone in this game? Because there's a lot of RPGs that work that way. Not this one. So I just witnessed the birth of the arsonists, basically. The quest is even called the arsonists. And so I guess we're just gonna have to deal with arsonists now. And I can't even choose to cut it off at I can't choose to cut the head off of this movement by just shooting him immediately after he declares his... I don't know, I don't know. I don't have a perfect grasp of the Bachelor's character, but I feel like almost he might... I feel like he might almost actually just murder that dude when he declares that he's gonna burn the entire city down due to the fact that it fucks with all of my plans!